All right, so this is the fastest I've managed to get Defiler. I'll go through how this works. So first I have a secret garden mounting. So what I'm doing here is trying to get 3 stacks of the, what do you call it, the pest control that is the unique ability of the secret garden. Now, what we are trying to do here, there are a few things to keep in mind. We have to stay as close to the defiler as we can, and we also have to try and spam our queue. That is the only ability you are going to use, the first ability. So you need to have some reasonable amount of MP, and you just have to keep spamming it and stay close to him as you can. Because remember, we showed you the bouncing thing between the first ability. So the closer you are, the more it will bounce faster and you do more damage. So you have to try and stay as close to him. Avoid his attacks because if he hits you directly, no matter how much health you have, you'll be dead. Mid-air maneuvering will be helpful for you. You have to avoid these pink clouds as well of the toxic gas. And yeah, just try and see if you can stay close to him while doing a bunch of damage. I'll show you the mod as well. So there it is, all done. This is by far the cheesiest and the easiest method I've found. And yeah, so that is it. Normally, I wasn't doing it as quickly, to be fair. Occasionally, you'll get hit and die once or twice, but you have 3 lives. And normally, I was doing this under a minute comfortably. So this was 42 seconds here. Also got lucky with the ETA vouchers. And yeah, I've seen people do this faster. Let's look at the build now. So the build is pretty much exactly the same as the mobbing build. So if you remember yesterday, this was my build. The only difference here is we are using maximized range. Now, why are we not using amplification control? Simply because I don't have the range roll on my reactor, and I'm also not using the range from my inversion. So for inversion, what I'm using here is adrenaline rush to move faster, and also I'm using antibody explosion to give us some protection against the toxic. Now there's one other thing I wanted to mention, which is the gun. Now I have opened the core on this one, and what I've gone with is basically 2 rolls for grappling and 1 for speed. Now you can go with 2 speeds, 1 grapple, because we want the mid-air maneuvering grapple to be available to us quickly so that we can get up in the air and avoid the toxins on the ground. That will help you, and the speed will help us avoid his attacks initially, because initially you don't have to worry too much about him. You just run around him, do your Q and do a lot of damage. When he gets enraged and charges at you with the bull thing, that's when you need the speed and the grapple to get away and avoid the toxic patterns and things like that. So this is still not fully refined. That's what I'm trying to say. What I would like is probably 2 sprint speeds and 1 good grappling. You can see these are blue and purple. You need to farm the void erosion stage 20 over here. And what you get is mostly 6, core 6, but core 7 is the one you want, and you only get a handful from stage 20. So you may have to farm this over and over again. And this yellow one is the one you want at 7. Okay, so if you get a bunch of these and get 2 speed rolls and 1 of the grapple, perhaps, or 2 grapples, 1 speed, whichever works for you, that will give you a good time. If you get 3 grapples, in theory, you could stay in the air forever. That would be amazing. I'm trying to see if we can do that. I've seen people make videos doing that, so you could try that as well. It could be really fun. But the objective is to farm that guy as quickly as possible so that we can get the metal fragments, void metal fragments, to get the core binders and also get the ETA vouchers to get the skin. So I've already crafted 1 of the metal fragments, and I've also put it on the second secret garden, because I'm using this one for doing the stage 20 of void erosion. So that isn't done because, again, I only have stage 6 and core 6s. I want core 7s, and then I'll work that out mostly for speed to run quickly in the void erosion. And for here, you can go with, again, speed or double grapple, triple grapple if you want. But speed does make a big difference, because you see sprint speed, it says 9% here. Okay, by default the speed is 800. Notice here 872. This feels visible. Even running in Albion, you'll feel a difference here. This will feel much faster even when the gun isn't, she's not holding it. This does feel faster. So that is very handy. Now that I have got so many of the vouchers, let's get the ETA skin. By the way, ETA is now open for an extra day. This is the new update. So before, they used to close him at Sunday midnight when Monday started. Now it will be Monday midnight. So let's get one of these skins. Since we have done this with Ines, she gets the first one. Okay, there it is. Purchase complete. I'll work around and maybe play around with the colors and see what I have and come up with a nice theme. At the moment, this sort of white and black on her default looks pretty good to me. Anyway, that is the Defiler build. I'm happy. Of course, you can go faster. I don't have the mechanical dexterity with my fingers to do it any faster. I think my mouse is sort of stuck between my keyboard and my CPU in a sort of portrait form, so I don't have much room. But even if I can do, my own fingers can do this in 40 seconds, then I think people can get this under 30. So here's the build again. Pretty much the same as the normal void erosion build, but with the maximized range. That is it. And keep in mind, you have to stay close to him so that the first ability bouncing back and forth, that is like there's less distance, you do more damage and you can spam your abilities faster. That is the key thing here, staying close and using your first ability to spam the bounces quickly. Anyway, that is it for this one. Thank you for watching. Let me know what you think. And I think this boss is easier. I may end up farming a bunch of these skins. And of course, we need to farm the void metal fragments anyway and then unlock the cores. It's not as bad as we initially thought because we can farm this guy very easily. Anyway, thank you for watching once again. See you next time.